Hi guys, BS Central here. I'm Luca, and today we are here with the fourth episode of NERF or Buff. We were looking about the some cards of BSS01 that we haven't spoken about yet. Uh, as always, I remember you to comment, like, and subscribe, and maybe also write about which card you want to see in the next Nerf or Buff episodes. Let's start with Turborex, and the X of one of the three white X rare of BSS01. We will read quickly the effects. Ashen to be summoned with a cost 3 or more. During opponent attack step at all levels, we can select a spirit of our opponent, and then if possible, that spirit must attack for first in the step. And then at level 2 and 3, when attacks, we can bounce back a spirit without Ashen in the hand of our opponent. The original Turborex is this card. We are in BS 37, so in the middle of the history of Battle Spirits, in the second middle just. The cost was the same, 6 with 4 reduction, 3 white and 1 red, yeah, because Turborex was in a hybrid deck, red and white, with Machine Beast and Empereor Beast. Really cool deck. All about like ancient creatures, but mechanized. So it's really cool. The main card was at the time was a Revolt Tiger. That you can see as 3 reduction red and one white, and was Emperor Beast and Machine Beast both. So it has a seal, a mechanic that we have just spoken about in the last Nerf or Buff episode, Bombardment. So you can reveal cards from the top of the deck, and for each God King and 10 Crown Family Spirit, you deal 1 damage to the life of opponent, and then you had many small spirits with effect like you can reveal 1 more card or 2 more cards, so you were able to make also like 3 or 4 damage just with an attack. So really powerful card. Look at BP, just crazy. Anyway, Turborex has the family Tank Round and the Machine Beast. Has a particular ability called Axel, that is the same of the Adventure of Magic, if you know. Spirit with Axel has an effect that we can use from the hand, paying the specific the cost specified to the top. In this case, 6 with 3 white reduction. And then when the effect is resolved, we can put it in the removed zone face up. Removed zone is a place of the field that we don't have in Battle Spirit Saga yet. It's like a second hand. You can play the card from the removed zone as you play the card in the hand. But for example, you can't do Advent or other things, and usually opponent can see the card in the removed zone. Not always. Some effects place card in removed zone face down, but not in this case. Axel is always face up card in the removed zone, and then obviously you can reuse Axel from the removed zone, only from the hand. So has an Axel card. Turborex has the fact that to return 1 opposing spirit to ultimate to the top or the bottom of the deck, and then we put it in the removed zone face up. Once on the field at level 2 and 3 during our attack step, when our spirit in the family God King or 10 Crown attacks, then we can send 1 opposing spirit to the top of the deck of our opponent. So really good effect as a removal. The ABP is pretty the same, only the level 3 is different, but it's okay. Yeah. 1 core more, 5 against 4 core. So the power of BP is not the problem of Turborex. The problem of Battle Spirit Saga's Turborex is the Ascend. the cost of Ascend, that makes it not really good in the first meta, because there are things like Valkyria Mist that can bounce it back, and you lose 2 spirit in one. So the effect is not terrible. We have it in side deck sometimes, sometimes also in main, but 1 copy, 2 copy, really few, I think. And the other problem of the Battle Spirit Saga Turborex is also that with Ascend it can be really easily overcreeped. So any card that does something the same, maybe also if it will cost 1 or 2 more, will be more usable than Turborex, because it doesn't have Ascend. So in general we can say that Turborex is nerfed and maybe too much. Now take a look to Alice, Wonderland Alice, cost 6 to reduction, older lander, only at level 2 and level 3. When attack we can reduce BP by 1000 for each spirit we control to another opponent spirit. And only at level 3 during either attack step, if we control 3 or more spirit, when Alice will be destroyed, we can place a core from the void on her, and it remains on the field exhaust. The original Alice was from BS 42 or 42, so Advent Saga, really long on the history of from the game. Well, it has the type Magician, that is the same as other lander in the old Battle Spirits. You see that she costs 3 instead of 6, and but the BP are pretty the same also, but Battle Spirit Saga Alice is stronger about BP and cost. Take a look to effect. During either attack step, we can, when we stacking a card via Advent on Alice, Alice becomes a cost 6. What this mean? Advent was a particular mechanics introducing in this set, or maybe in the last set before Alice 1, that make us able to summon a spirit. Well, it's not summon, is an effect that we can spend the soul core, so take the soul core and put it on the trash, and then stack a spirit with Advent on another spirit that match the condition specified on Advent card. Usually the condition are like are about the cost, that is always 4 or more, 5 or more, 6 or more, and sometimes about family of spirits. In this case, Alice becomes a cost 6, so we can pay for a cost 3 spirits, but we have a cost 6 spirits to Advent. So we can do Advent. It's a really strong thing. At level 1, level 2, and level 3, when destroyed or depleted by opponent, so when destroyed and also when its core are removed, we can return opposing spirit to ultimate to the hand, and then put Alice in RFG, so in the remote from the game. Really strong, because we don't lose Alice at all. We can put it in the removed zone and then resummon the follow turn. And also we can also spin back a spirit of our opponent. Only at level 2 and level 3, when we summon or Advent a spirit in the Magician family, we can draw a card from the deck. Is stackable, is also not once per turn, so we can draw many cards. Well, the problem of Magician in the old Battle Spirits is that they have a bunch of cards with these characteristics, but really spread into the sets, and with nothing in common. So it was really difficult to make a really Magician deck. This of Wonderland Alice was the stronger try from Bandai to make this deck work. They gave us a powerful boss spirits of Magician. That was Siegfried Mad Hatter. It was Ancient Dragon Magician. That was an Advent card. You see, Advent costs 6 or more during attack step, so it requires a cost 6 or more, and Alice match the condition with its effect, and has a strong effect. You don't look at BP that are crazy, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 1, 2, 3, and 4 cost crazy. But anyway, when Advent or attack, we can play an Axel from the hand or field, because if we have spirits with Axel on the field, we can use the Axel effect from the field without paying any cost, and then refresh Mad Hatter, really strong effect. And then as Twinkle Revolution, so during Advent, in flash timing, when Mad Hatter is attacking, we can discard 4 cards in the family Ancient Dragon or Magician from hand or removed zone, and then we can switch the refresh step and attack step of our opponent. So our opponent, the next turn, our opponent will have the attack step before be able to refresh cores and spirits. So really powerful effect. But this deck has never had a really good success, because the Mad Hatter and Alice was powerful card, but the other card are like this Griffon was the one of the best card of the archetype, and is not really good. They were card with Axel and some effect from the removed zone, but not really good. So the entire deck is pretty clunky and was just for fun. Anyway, Mad Hatter was usable in many strategies with Axel, all the strategy with Axel, and so also Alice were used as well. Confronting with our Wonderland Alice, we can say that the concept of the card is has pretty changed, because Alice is more like a boss spirit anyway. That is hard to remove, is a removal. So, and also maybe the other lander archetype has more potential right now. But anyway, for now I can say that they seem better than Battle Spirit. So maybe Alice can be considered buffed from its original version, at least for the other lander card in around here. Now take a look at one of the powerful card of Battle Spirit Saga, so Infernal King Curse Dragon. We won't read the effect, anyone now knows this effect. With his counterpart of from Structure Deck 13. So we are in Swordplay Saga. This was the boss card of the Structure Deck. It was a zombie. That is the counterpart of our Undead. Cost 7 with 3 reduction instead of 8. Effect on summon, we can destroy 2 opposing exhausted spirits, and for each spirit destroyed we can draw a card. Also, when attack, we can move 1 core from 2 opposing spirits to the reserve. The original Curse Dragon has 3 levels, but anyway, I can say that our Curse Dragon is stronger, is way stronger than the original one. First of all, because its effect goes over armor, and the effect of Curse Dragon not, because also armor was written in a different way in Battle Spirit original, but also because the effect of our Curse Dragon can wipe the field really easily, and also gives you a bunch of cores. Instead, the effect of the original Curse Dragon requires some setup, requires some exhausted spirits, and also the second effect for 3 cores is not so good, because it removes only 1 core, yes, from 2 spirits, but it's not so good. It's way better remove all core but 1 from 1 spirit. So really good. Our Curse Dragon is really buffed than the original one. Also, we have to count that the original Curse Dragon was a Structure Deck card, so has I always say, the structure deck card are usually are less powerful than the main set ones. Anyway, Curse Dragon is buffed. Now you can look for Thunder Leon, 5 with 2 reduction, Emperor Beast on summon, destroy all opponent spirit with 2000 BP or less, and know when the story effect can be activated. At level 3, when attacks, draw a card. Now see the original ones. That was a beast like that. Thunder Zeta Leon. Thunder Zeta Leon was the main card of Emperor Beast archetype of BS 46. So God Advent Saga, the first saga with the Groundwalker Nexus that as a mechanic that is a mechanic that has changed the game forever. Groundwalker Nexus, to be quick, was like this. This is the Groundwalker Nexus Zeus. All Groundwalker usually supports one archetype. In this case, Groundwalker Zeus was specifically for Emperor Beast. As you can see, the Groundwalkers are painful of effects, so I won't explain you in the details. But anyway, they have some mechanics with cores that are put on them from the void, cannot be removed except for a specific effect, and based on what you do with cores on the Groundwalker Nexus, they have effects, and also spirits related on it have some effects. Thunder Zeta Leon original was a cost 8 with 3 red reduction and 2 divine reduction. Divine reduction was the symbol of Groundwalker Nexus. You can see here in the top right, in the bottom right of the cards. It has a Advent, so in flash only during our turn on Emperor Beast and a cost 5 or more. It obviously was an Emperor Beast. Also Avatar, that is the characteristic of the boss spirits during Groundwalker Saga. Level 1, 2, and 3, when attack at the end of the battle, we can, by adding an Emperor Beast family spirit card from the hand to Thunder Leon, we can refresh it. So we can, at level 2 and 3, when attack, when our life is 3 or less, for each Zeta named card in the pre-advent pile of Thunder Zeta Leon, all Emperor Beast of this set was a Zeta named card. For send an opposing life to the reserve. So just attacking Thunder Zeta Leon can deal 1, 2, 3 damage and can refresh. So really powerful card. Also, it could count on a big support like Emperor Beast the King Zeta, that at the start of the step put every core other than Soul Core from the trash to Beast King Zeta, and then we can summon an Emperor Beast from the hand, paying the cost. And when attack, destroy 3 opposing spirit ultimate with BP equal or inferior of Beast King Zeta's BP. And then the opponent, until the next end step, can summon cost 5, 7, or 9 spirits. So crazy effect. Emperor Beast was one of the best Groundwalker decks that also survives in the Rebirth Saga, through Rebirth Saga. So really, really good deck, and Thunder Zeta Leon was an excellent boss spirit. So the concept of Battle Spirit Saga's Thunder Leon is not so bad. Yeah, I mean, it's right that there are some X-Rare like that. But I don't know why they choose Thunder Leon. They choose the Thunder Leon. For us that have played the original version, see this card, such nerfed, is a pain. So yeah, obviously Thunder Leon is really, really nerfed. Maybe too much, because this effect is not so good. Only if they will release some card that can rise the BP limit of destruction. Maybe Thunder Leon can be good. But anyway, I see it really difficult. Also, the second effect, there's no reason to give it only at level 3. It's just draw a card and is an X rare. So I can see the reason to nerf that. But anyway, I think that for the first set is still good. Okay, for this episode is all. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you to the next video. And bye bye and ciao.